Hey, welcome to Camping with Steve. We got wasps. You may notice we're not camping. Some of you may have known we bought an acreage with a half-built house on it. The day before we actually installed the soffits on it to get it all sealed up, a huge swarm of like hundreds of wasps decided they're going to move right in. And they found a hole. They're in the ceiling of the house. They're coming in through the ceiling, through different spots, so we had to go to a hotel last night. I got us a bunch of equipment to deal with these things, and we're just going to be battling wasps today. So that's the plan for today. As these guys work on the soffits, I'm going to tackle these wasps. I put a new canister into the thermocell, and when I looked at the floor, we left with this thing going, and there is a pile of dead wasps. Like, there would have been, that's just the stuff by the door, like, gotta be 30 there at least. And all the rest of the house, I can see where they've fallen out of the sky. Okay, that definitely makes today easier, because all these guys would be buzzing around here, unhappy with me, while I'm trying to kill them, obviously. So with the nice, friendly crew here,
yeah.
I don't like heights.
I'll get it. I'll get it.
So yeah, Uncle Bob here is willing to give him a squirt.
You betcha.
I got a back up here.
Shake it up good.
Oh, you have to shake him?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. Get this backup one ready. In case one's not enough. It's the first step, and I think this may really, gotta be quiet. This will really flush them into the house, I think. So good to be out here for this.
Oh, I can hear him.
I know, the whole inside of the ceiling is buzzing.
Pulled the hole up. Am I okay here?
Yeah, that's good.
Might have trapped him inside there.
Oh boy.
Hey. Ooh. Oh, here we are.
Yeah, there's bound to be a big hole because the squirrel.
Right down here. I can see it. Oh.
Yeah. Well, I just need a couple.
Okay, I just got a taste.
No biting.
Oh yeah, well,
That's good.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, no worries. Just put on the hook and go to help you.
I got a feeling inside the house is where they're all coming out right now.
Ooh. Ooh.
You could have go.
Oh, they getting you?
Oh, I will. I just got the branches off over there.
Okay.
Okay. Well, we'll see what happens there.
Yeah.
It's I filled that hole right with the stuff. It's kind of like a foam, eh?
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens. I gotta check inside.
To the foam to get out. That'll kill him.
cement. There's a piece there.
So the general idea is those wasps are going to come down. One of them is going to get zapped, and that'll kind of trigger them all to start attacking this thing. So let's see what happens. This could be interesting. Well, so the work continues. I think we got this problem licked. Like, I haven't seen one inside. There's an occasional buzz as one spirals to the ground and then just pops down. So I think this successfully, we've avoided getting an exterminator way out into the middle of the country at probably a huge cost. So yeah, we took the triple threat approach, Thermacell, we got that stuff that we sprayed in, we got this bug zapper, which actually I'll leave up anyways because we have a lot of mosquitoes around here. But yeah, anyways, let's continue with the day. Well, the guys are working away, and I'm gonna actually try and assist them as much as I can with measuring stuff maybe, or holding stuff, or fetching whatever they need. But this place, through that hole where the wasps came in, that seems like a pretty easy fix that we got that done. And I was anticipating we'd have to actually get an exterminator to drive all the way out here. But they hadn't quite set up their nest yet. They just flew in that day. So now we got a whole ceiling full of hopefully dead wasps. And we'll just leave them there. It's extra insulation. Nothing wrong with that. But that's where the squirrels were getting into, and that's going to be capped off right away within the next few days while some soffit up there. So yeah, that kind of really impacted getting a proper camping video out this week. So that's the deal there. Like, as far as infestations, we've got mice getting in here. The bottom of this this house, it needs some TLC. There's some rotted wood there at the bottom. And this place was originally designed and bermed in earth. Like, this was underground. So when we bought the place, we figured, okay, I know there's a ton of work, like basically almost a rebuild on this thing, but we picked it up basically for the cost of the land and the improvements. So I said, well, you know, even if we got to tear it down and build a new one, we're not that far behind, and we got somewhere relatively dry and relatively squirrel and wasp free until we can get everything finished or deciding what we're going to do from there. So yeah, I guess I'll show a few other things here, and then probably tonight or tomorrow I'm going to get out and, you know, get in a makeup video for what should be a camping experience today. And yeah, I've got that Thermacell roaring in the house right now, and I got thinking, you know, probably inside don't do that, because I got it, like, I'm gassing them in there, and I'm watching them twitch and fall out of the sky. I'm like, okay, I probably shouldn't be breathing that in. That wouldn't probably, it's not going to be good for me. I don't know if it'd be bad, but anyway, yeah, I'll point out a few other things, and yeah, we got them. We got the wasp problem solved. This part here had the biggest roof leak, where there's an overhang that meets the main roof, and I could punch right through there into the house. So that's going to be addressed very soon here. Very glad that we're dealing with the building envelope, because as long as we can keep the animals and the weather out of this place, then I can work on the interior work as needed. I feel comfortable doing that, but as far as trying to keep the water out and the bugs out, we got professionals involved for that. Yeah, you can only Google so much, and when you're spending a bunch on materials, I really don't want to do it wrong, because that's exactly what would happen. They'd say, you know, oh, that's on backwards or something, or take it all off, and yeah, just don't want any of those issues. So that's the worst part of it here is there's a bunch of rotten boards and a beam to change out, but it's not the end of the world. We can do that. We've got the technology available. This is the back end of the house. The whole thing is shaped like a doorstopper, like a big wedge. So this is where all the water and rain comes down off the back. And this is all membrane along the back, like 6 layers of this plastic membrane. And that was to, you know, keep the big pile of earth berm from, like, even the roof had earth all over it at one point. That was to keep, you know, any of the water from coming into the house. And it did actually do a pretty good job. So that'll come down, and I want to get these shots done because within the next few weeks we should have soffits, siding, fascia, all up, and the place is going to look completely different. So it's kind of some before shots for the future. Of course, in life, step 1 is to ruthlessly exterminate several hundred wasps, and step 2 is to crack a delicious, frosty, mouth-watering beer. Whew! That was a lot easier than I thought, a lot easier. Deciding in soffits are going to be a lot harder than I thought, now that we have an expert out that's looking into this. But certainly not impossible. So, cheers to everybody out there. Cheers to everybody that's left a comment, liked the video. Cheers to the fantastic folks that have donated to the beer donation fund. Now, I'm not going to give a shout out on this video because we're really pushing the time limits on when I can get this uploaded, as the internet here is slow. But you'll be featured on the next video. It's looking like I'm going to camp out. I'm going to have to camp out tonight, maybe tomorrow night too, because I'm running that thermocell in the house until those things are like completely done. And I don't want to be in there with the running thermocell. That would just probably make me sick. So I'm gonna get set up here in a little bit, and we'll have a good old camp out, hiding from these, well, the toxic fumes coming off of the thermocell. They say they're okay for people, but that's outdoors, not inside in a closed building. And I don't need any more random wasps coming out of the ceiling and deciding they don't like what I'm doing to them. So I'm just gonna set up, have a nice, relaxing, normal camping trip, nothing too crazy. So that'll be just coming out this weekend sometime, and then we should be right back on track. But you know how life goes sometimes, you know. You got a brilliant plan. I was sitting there with beautiful wife, and I'm like, okay, well, let's go get this camping setup done. And you know, I had an old tent I wanted to test out. We'd acquired it through, you know, unfortunately someone passed away that we were taking care of their lawn for them, and they had this incredibly expensive tent that we'd acquired through the family. It said, yeah, take the tent. So yeah, we're dying to try that out. They don't make them like that anymore. This thing's got to be like 30 years old. Canvas is still perfect. All the rubber is perfect. So I'm gonna be camping in that tonight, I'm guessing. But as I was getting ready to go set up this tent and start to film, I hear all this buzzing happening, and I looked up, and beautiful wife was not feeling very good either at the time. And I'm like, oh great, you know. They started coming to the house, and I can see them buzzing around outside. I knew just where they were getting in. That's where that squirrel was coming in. And I know the squirrel used to be we could hear it running all the way down the ceiling. I'm thinking, this thing is going to be full of wasps. And so yeah, we had to get out of there real quick. So here we are with a little bit of a later video, and this is just me tackling the wasps today, talking about nothing, kind of showing you guys what's going on here. And I'm not trying to be lazy, guys. I just know that you know, a lot of people are looking forward to seeing like a good camping one every week. So that one's coming. It'll just be a couple days delayed. And thank you all for watching. We're gonna have some great videos coming up here. We got a whole bunch planned. The river trip, Crazy Neighbor's back now. He went on a motorcycle trip for a couple of weeks out to BC. So after he's done his self-quarantine or whatever he needs to do, we're going to be on that river in the boat. I've got the first of probably what will be 5 solar panels, 500 watts worth of solar, and a trolling motor to just steer us and keep us in the main channel of the river. We're not going to try and go up current, because even with the 18 horse that we had, we couldn't really get up the river, and it was starting to swamp the boat. Because it's a displacement hull, it'll never really plane. There's just too much, not the right shape to it, etc. So that's what's going to be happening here after the 5th of August, which is beautiful wife and I's anniversary. Also, a big shout out that yesterday is another important date for beautiful wife and I. That was the first, that was our first date, the anniversary of the first date that we went on. And we still remember and celebrate that, so it actually worked out not bad that we went to a hotel for a night and relaxed, that type of thing. So that's what's happening here. And a big shout out to my Uncle Mike. It was his birthday yesterday as well, on July 15th. So cheers, and hunker down everybody at home. I gotta get this up as soon as I can. Looks like there's a storm about to roll in, so that'll make it interesting to camp tonight in my yard hiding from the toxic fumes and wasps. Now, cheers everybody.